What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm trying to make Kroger. Now, someone actually suggested this, and I was trying to figure out what to build today. I do say that again later. And I was like, oh yeah, well, that's a good idea, because I couldn't think of anything. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion. I will talk about a few things you can change about this build if you would like. However, you can leave it as is if you'd like as well. It's all up to you. But, yeah, with that being said, I really don't have anything else to say other than I do show you your inside space. It's a fairly big sized building. And yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so the space you need for this is a 64 by 43. And the materials you'll be needing to start off are brick block. It's pretty generic for me. I use brick a lot. Like, probably too much, honestly. Sandstone. Black stained glass block, or you can use tinted glass if you want. Still waiting for the tinted glass panes. They still don't have them. They should really add tinted glass panes though, because those would be really useful. We'll go brick stairs. I know that's a weird one because I never use those. Well, sometimes I guess, not often, but sometimes. Brick slabs, or is it bricks slab? That annoys me. That really annoys me for some reason. The fact that there's an S at the end of bricks, bricks slab. That just doesn't sound right for some reason. Anyways, Acacia Door. You should probably move your Acacia Door so it's next to your black glass. I kind of forgot about that. That's kind of important. Terracotta. Another block that I kind of use a lot. Smooth sandstone. I seem to use sandstone, brick, black glass, obviously, doors, obviously, and terracotta a lot. We will go. We really only have one slot. It's kind of awkward. I think we're gonna go with spruce wood stairs. I don't think you need anything else. Oh no, go with warp slabs. Actually, get rid of your spruce wood stairs. We won't need those till the end. Get out warp slabs because they will be useful. Alright, so you can split this build either way. If the front left-hand corner is more convenient, go there. If the front right-hand corner is more convenient, then go there. I'm going to start from the front left-hand corner because that is the side that I really like starting from. But from that corner, you want to count backward by 6. And right by 1. And going forward, you want to place 2 brick blocks. And then go right with 1. You want to start off just right away. You want to bring this up with 10 rows of bricks. Just like that. Now, this is gonna be like those corner pillars. That one, you could add a block up here, however, it's not gonna be seen because it will be the spruce wood plank ceiling right there, and it will kind of the way that it is. It isn't. It's only one block taller than the rest of the wall, so it really doesn't make much of a difference. But in the back corner, in the little corner of this, what you want to do is you want to place a brick block, and you want to bring it right by 19. Okay, now this is where I need to check something. But basically, hang on. These 2 rows of brick here, the 2 inner ones, you do not need to necessarily bring up with 9 rows of sandstone. I would just bring up the entire row with 9 I would just bring up this entire brick row with 9 rows of sandstone, including that corner block just because it makes it better. So that is the next step, by the way. Bring up this whole row of brick with 9 rows of sandstone. Again, you don't have to do it with the end 2 rows. However, I'm just going to do it because it makes it a little bit easier in the long run. And then if you have actually made your grid, you can flip this and do it on the other side. I'm not going to do that because I know that you sometimes do not need to make the grid necessarily. I usually don't bother unless it's like a tight space. Like, let's say I have like 75 to 80 blocks here. I would make the corner, at least, usually what I'll do is I'll just punch the corners of the grid so I have a general space and like how much space this will take up in my city. I don't really build tutorials very often, though. However, I do need to start, like, I should make a city with all of my buildings. I think that'd be really cool, actually, to put them all into that kind of perspective. Maybe after Little Nightmares 2 is done, I will do something like that, because I think that'd be fun. Because I have so many buildings, there's a huge array for me to pick from at this point. Anyways, from this bottom brick here, you want to bring it backward diagonally to the right with a black stained glass block. Bring it right by 2. Place 2 acacia doors. 2 black glass. 2 acacia doors. 2 black glass. 2 acacia doors. 2 black glass. 2 acacia doors. And 3 black glass. You want to bring all of your black glass up with 2 rows of black glass, and then your doors up with 1 black glass each. It's funny, it took me until now to notice this, but whenever I'm like doing a row like this where it's a pattern, I always seem to have a way to do it. Like, I'll start and end the same every single time. I don't know why, it just seems to be instinctual for me at this point. Because, yeah, again, I've built so much, it's like, it kind of just is how it goes at this point. Alright, so this is where it gets interesting, because now I realize that the row of sandstone, you do have to break 1 block. I know, 1 block, so bad. But 1 block per, I guess, side, technically, because it'd be 1 on the side and 1 on the other side. But what you want to do is you want to place a row of sandstone up diagonally forward from the top row of black glass. Just like that. You then want to bring it up with a row of terracotta. Now, this is interesting. I never do anything like this. Every once in a while, maybe, if it'd be brought forward like a curtain, or like a cover, kind of like a window cover, or the top of the window, whatever you want to call those things. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. I never use it for the purpose that I'm using it for, because I've never really done anything like this. Like, usually the bottom would just be filled in flat with terracotta, but I didn't do that. You'll see what it ends up being later. You can make it flat terracotta if you want, however, I personally do like the way that I originally have it, because it just makes it look a little bit nicer, and adds more depth, which is always key for me. I've always been talking about that since I've started tutorials. But what you want to do from this corner of black glass's bottom corner, you want to bring it forward diagonally to the right by 1 with a brick, and then bring it right by 19. Just like that. You then want to bring this row of brick up with 9 rows of sandstone. It is 9, right? Yeah, it is. I was pretty sure it was 9, but I just wanted to make sure. Granted, it wouldn't really matter because I'd notice it eventually anyways, and I'd probably add a little clip in where I say that, okay, it shouldn't be 9, it should be 4 or whatever. Obviously, it's not 4 because 4 would be really short. 4 is basically what you need to have the base of the building done. Also, thank you to the person who did suggest this. It was funny because it kind of worked out nicely, because it was kind of like, okay, I don't know what to build today. And then on the Hello Neighbor 2 Alpha 1 Part 3, the tutorial, someone commented and asked about a Kroger, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to build that right now. Granted, I didn't build it right at that second, because I think I did something else before then, but yeah. Alright, I'm actually going to talk about this now. If you want to use blue concrete instead of the warped planks, that is what I was originally going to go with. That does change your build a little bit. Now, I'm going to go over and show you this one. The reason I did warped planks is so I can make the letters 3 blocks instead of 5. That makes more of a difference than you think, because with that, originally I would have had it, I think, 11 blocks of sandstone. Or 11 rows of sandstone. That didn't look good, in my opinion. I didn't even build it. I just kind of built the frame, which it was originally actually a brick frame. I didn't like it. It looked too square, so I used warp planks to shorten it. If you already used blue concrete, you have to extend it by, I believe, 3 blocks, and then again, I would make it 11 tall, or you could take off 1 from at least the bottom and do it like this, which is what I did. I think it looks better with the warped planks in that scenario specifically, because it doesn't line up perfectly with the terracotta, which is what you want. Anyways, with that little talk out of the way, what you want to do is you basically want to do the same thing that you did on the other side. So you want to bring this bottom brick block here at this far side, the right side, you want to bring it right by 1, forward 1, left 1, and then you want to bring every single brick block up by 10 here. And it should again be 1 block taller than the walls. I always want to give suggestions, especially for a building like this, because I know that the warped doesn't look very good. And in the future, if they ever add concrete or even wool, stairs and slabs, a lot of my builds that I use stairs and slabs for, I would change to that, except for smooth quartz. Anything with white letters, I would keep as smooth quartz, including if I use block of quartz. But, like, I don't know. For the littler letters that I make, I would try and change them to those. Also, Dollar Tree, I do need to remake, but I would like concrete or wool stairs before that so I can make the letters smaller without having to have that huge building, which is what was going to be the problem here, and I avoided that, or tried to at least. Alright, what you want to do is you want to come to the top right-hand corner of your black glass section. I just placed a terracotta there for fun so you can see what I'm talking about. Just in case, I guess, I don't know. From this block, you want to count upward diagonally to the right by 2. And from this sandstone right here, it should be in line with the row of terracotta, and there should be like one block of sandstone between this sandstone and the terracotta row. But you want to bring this forward with 5 terracotta. Then go left with 9. 2 upside down warped slabs. 12 terracotta. And then back 4, which is the wall. Just like that. Either little sandstone, so you can see that back row terracotta, either little sandstone on either side that is kind of just in the middle of this row that kind of, I don't know how to describe this other than it basically will break up this from becoming a rectangle. And you want to basically break those 2 sandstones so it does look like a rectangle from the outside. It obviously is not because you still have these corners missing, but that doesn't matter because you cannot actually see that, except for from the inside, which in this case is more important. I also didn't think about that until now, the fact that that row of terracotta will be visible from the inside. So you could hypothetically still make that sandstone if you wanted, or add a terracotta frame to this part. What I basically mean by that is, actually, you could just mask it by, because what I usually do is I'll, like, bring this back by 2 all the way around the doors. You could just mask the terracotta like that, and then you wouldn't be able to see it. That is an option. I guess, I don't know, you can play with it however you would like for the interior. But what you do want to do now is you actually want to fill in the middle of this rectangle in with upside down smooth sandstone slabs. Some of these will be destroyed again, which, if you don't want to have to destroy them, then don't do this yet. However, it's not too many. I think it's like 10 or something. I don't know. So if you're in survival, I would actually just hold off on that. We're actually going to do that step right now that is going to be the breaker. So what you want to do is from either end row of glass, you want to count forward by 4. So the 4th grass, or whatever this block is on the floor, this 4th block forward from the glass, 4th floor block, you want to bring this up with brick blocks, and then you can also destroy the smooth stone slab that is in the way. And you do want to do this on both sides. So 1st floor block, 2nd floor block, 3rd, 4th block, or 3rd, 3rd floor block, 4th floor block. Why was that just such a tongue twister? Just like that. And then at the top of this, what you want to do is, I would basically on every single side that is directly touching, not diagonally touching, directly touching the brick block, each brick block, I would replace the smooth sandstone and replace it with a smooth sandstone slab and replace it with a brick block. My English is gone for some reason. Just like that. You may or may not bring those down with brick slab, or an upside down brick slab for each one. I did. That is the only thing that you need brick slabs for on this entire build, though, so do be aware of that. Just like that. And then at the base layer, you want to place a brick stair on every single side of the bottom brick block, and it also wants to... I wouldn't touch the corners, I would just leave the corners open. Just like that. I actually like how this ended up turning out. I just don't know. I think that the brick stairs add a little bit of a depth layer to it and makes it look a lot less, like, thin, which I think... Because if you remove the bottom stairs, it looks really thin, which I don't like. If you like that, then go ahead and do it. But I like a more sturdy-looking base, and that is kind of what I went for with this. But... next up, what you want to do is... Okay, you have a very weird look from the top now. But actually, it isn't that weird. Although it does look weird because it looks like a face. 2 eyes and a mouth. You're welcome. Anyways, what you want to do is from this, basically on top of the first row of upside down smooth sandstone slabs, and also the 2 brick blocks will be in the way, you want to place moving up 8 rows of sandstone. So that's on top of this entire front row of smooth sandstone and I guess bricks as well. Just like this. I just realized that row of terracotta doesn't make sense. I'll say why in a second here. But, actually, I'll talk about it right now. Basically, the roof, the way that I put the roof on, the terracotta pillars that would connect down are 1 block further back than the row. So there are 5 rows of sandstone back, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'd be a row of terracotta here. That doesn't line up with that row, though. You can't notice it unless you know the numbers, though. So I wouldn't really worry about it at all. That's just kind of something funny that I just realized right now. And then you actually can, from either side, you can bring the the sandstone back by, I believe, 4 rows. I have 5 down. I think it's 4. I want to double check this though. Yeah, it is only 4. So you can bring you can bring the side rows of sandstone back by 4. And then obviously it will hit the wall for the bottom part of the 4th, and then the top part you do just want to go directly on top of the wall. So it creates a little bit of a depth look, which is kind of what we're going for here. That's what this entire front part pretty much is, just depth. From the black glass to the little roof, ceiling, floor thing there, to the frame around this. It's kind of what I went with. Speaking of which, you want to bring either front corner or terracotta up by 8. And you do not want to actually frame it. Because what's going to happen with this is the ceiling is basically going to sit on top instead of having a kind of double ceiling with the frame. I think it looks better to only have like a U-shaped frame. Or I guess a staple, an upside down staple. Why am I thinking? Well, there's staples over there. But, yeah, one of my weird analogies. Oops, I almost typed something. I didn't really need anything to be typed, though. Alright, so what you want to do is, you can either start, okay, actually what you want to do is, first off, is you want to get rid of your smooth sandstone slabs, brick stairs, acacia doors, and black stained glass. Bring your terracotta forward, and then put your warp slab at the 3rd or 2nd open slot. And what you want to get out is warped planks, warp stairs, sprucewood planks, and sprucewood stairs. And what you want to do is from the bottom left-hand corner of your little sandstone area, which is this block right here, the first sandstone block in this corner, bottom left, you want to count up by 2 and right by 1, and going up, you want to place 3 warped planks. The middle block wants to go diagonally to the right by 1. You do want to make sure you come back to the block that went down diagonally to the right by 1. You want to bring it up diagonally to the right by 1. Let me place the block where I'm supposed to. God darn it. Alright. And then you want to bring this warp plank up by 1. Up with a warp stair facing left. Right with an upside down warp stair. Up with a warp stair. Right with 3 warped planks. Warp stair. Down with an upside down warp stair. Right with a warp stair, and then down with an upside down warp slab. Just like that. I don't understand, or I don't know what the general, like, goal is with this. But basically on the Kroger, symbol, it has, like, obviously it has all the letters. And then the K, the top of the K has, like, a curve to it. And then the bottom of the G has a less severe curve. It's more of like a, kind of like a, this is more like a rainbow, or more of like a, yeah, I guess more of a curve up. This is more of just like a kind of flat curve for the G at least. We'll make that in a sec here. But yeah, I don't know why it is like that, but they both go to the center of the O, and that's all I can tell you. And that was why I actually switched to warp planks, because I needed more space up and down from the letters for that, and with the blue concrete it was way too big. What you want to do, though, now is you want to, from this bottom right-hand warp plank on the K, you want to leave a 1-block gap, and you want to go up by 3 with warp planks, and then right by 1. Just like that. So we're back on track with the letters. You then want to leave a 2-block gap from the bottom of that R, and you want to place an upside-down warp stair facing towards the R, which is, again, being the divot. I know I say that a lot, but just in case you don't really... Well, in case you're new, or... I don't know. Or if you haven't seen anything with stairs, because a lot of my houses don't have stairs with specified directions. Only really stores do, actually. I guess city buildings in general. You then want to bring this stair right with a normal warp slab. Right with an upside down warp stair facing right. Up with a plank. Up with a stair facing right. Left with an upside down slab. Left with a stair facing left, and then down with a plank. I don't think I have the tab opened anymore, but I'm pretty... Oops, I opened a Google Doc. That was not what I was trying to do. No, and now I'm hitting history. I don't really care about that either. No, I don't have the page open. All that effort for nothing. But I'm pretty sure the O is more, like, vertically big as it is compared to it is horizontally, or the same. Maybe it's just me, how I built in Minecraft, but I think it was, like, kind of... It wasn't, like, as severe as it would be if you were to make it out of concrete. But it also, like... If you made it like a 3x5 like I usually would. But it also isn't completely square. Then what you want to do is you want to leave a 1-block gap from the bottom right-hand corner of that, and you want to place an upside-down warp stair facing towards the O. Bring it up with a plank. Up with a stair facing left. Right with a plank. Right with a stair. Down with 3 planks. And we're going to stop right there for a second. You do want to bring this middle plank in that row of 3 left by 1 just to kind of close that off. That looks like a Q. And then what you want to do from the bottom warp plank here is you want to bring it down with an upside down warp stair facing right. Left with a plank. Left with 2 slabs. Warp plank. Upside down warp stair facing left, and then up with a warp slab. I kind of like that curve, actually. Again, you can see they both go directly to the center of the O. So, I mean, if you followed it through, it would be like a curvy line. Although there's nothing past that. Other than more letters, obviously, because it is not just Krog, it is Kroger. But, yeah, that is kind of more of like a subtle curve. It's pretty obvious, I guess. It looks like a smiley face. I never realized that. Hang on. Okay, well, I'm not gonna look it up right now. I'll probably put in text to say if it is supposed to look like that in real life. But it looks like a smiley face. Eye, mouth. Although the mouth is connecting to one of the eyes, that's probably painful. And that could be an upside down smiley face. Wink, eye, nose. I don't even know. Alright, what you want to do is... Okay, yeah, I can't really see the bottom here because it doesn't have a bottom. So we're gonna go from the top, why not? You want to leave a 1-block gap going right from the top of the G, and what you want to do is you want to place upside down warp stair facing right. Bring it down with 2 normal warp stairs, actually. The bottom warp stair you want to bring right with a slab. And then either other stair you want to bring right with its respective stair facing towards it, though. Just like that. Why does that E look so small? I think because it's next to the G, which is also very thick because of it's all blocks. Like, only the R, the K, and the G are, like, pretty much all blocks. Except that does have stair corners. But, I don't know. That just looks really small compared to everything else. I didn't notice that until now. You then want to leave a 1-block gap from the bottom of the E, and you want to place 3 warp planks moving up, and then bring it right by 1. Just like that. That is the front of your build done. Now the next step that you want to do is from either side, you want to bring this like you have the sandstone row that's basically inside of these pillars. It kind of just fills in the middle of them. You want to bring that row backwards on either side by, I believe it's either, I don't know if it's, hang on. You want to bring it back by 34. And you do want to do this on both sides with the bottom row of brick and also all the rows of sandstone. We're actually almost done. Thinking about it, I was like, oh man, we have a lot to go, but it's really just grinding walls. That first part was really the lengthiest. But yeah, just like this, and then you do obviously want to place your 9 rows of sandstone. I just want to say also that this isn't really important because it won't really change my schedule. However, it might change my responding schedule to like comments. I usually try to respond to comments as quickly as I can, except unless it's like 4 in the morning because I'm not up then. Usually, at least ideally. You know, I mean, sometimes I'll wake up at 5 in the morning and I'll check stuff, but I don't stay up at 5. I usually will go back to sleep and then probably wake up later. But basically, I'm getting off track here of what I was trying to say. In very late July, which is, I know July is this month, but like, I'm thinking July, probably July like 28th to 31st, or maybe August 1st. I will be gone, and I will be in New Jersey for the Spirit Halloween flagship opening. It is opening July 31st. And I will be there for the opening, which is fun. And then in mid-August, I am also going out of state again. So, yeah, I'll probably just schedule videos, and nothing will really be out of the ordinary. Although when I get back, maybe we'll have weird video schedules for a little bit. It depends, because it's only 9th to 14th for the second time, and again, it'll probably only be a few days recently. So if I can get, like, I don't know, I could even do a Spirit flagship tour if I really wanted to. I think that'd be a good one to do. But yeah, you can also connect these back block of either wall together with, again, the brick and then the 9 rows of sandstone. But yeah, I just figured I'd keep you guys updated with stuff like that, because again, it shouldn't change the upload schedule. There will be no streams then, and then I'll probably pick up streams once we are back. Maybe in between the times I'll probably stream. But yeah, at least that's the plan. Maybe things will change, but 100%, I'm 100% going to the flagship. I know that for a fact. Whether or not I'm actually going to the other place, which is in a completely different time zone, so that will be fun. I've never been out of Eastern time. I don't think. I don't recall ever being out of Eastern time. So, yeah. But yeah, it should be fun. As long as it doesn't screw up my sleep schedule, but my sleep schedule is already screwed up enough because it's summer. I might have accidentally stayed up really late working on Little Nightmares 2 in Minecraft, but we don't talk about that. What's new, right? Alright. Now, either back corner, you want to place, I guess, going outward by a block from it, you want to place a brick block, and then from the sides, and you bring it backward by 1 and inward by 1, and then up with 10 rows of bricks. And you do want to do this on both corners. It should be 11 blocks total, just for the record, and it should be 1 block taller than all the walls. Just like that. Now, what you want to do basically now is, I would come to the front here, and the top 2 rows of sandstone at this front section, you want to connect at the back, just going across. And then from either corner, I would place a terracotta outward diagonally backward by 1, and then it only has to be the top 2 blocks. The third block, it will be floating right now, but the ceiling will be there, or the roof. I always get those confused for some reason. And then what you basically want to do is you want to place a spruce wood plank on top of every single terracotta, I guess, pillar, yeah. And then you want to connect the spruce wood planks together between all the terracottas. And then place a row of upside down spruce wood stairs going around this. And then fill in the center with spruce wood planks. Just like this. And then that's kind of this main roof done. And then the other roof shouldn't be too hard. We're actually going to start with the 4-corner ones because those are fairly easy. But basically what you just want to do is you want to place a spruce wood plank on top of each brick block. And then if you have it where it's only, if you didn't put the corner block here, then you can just place the spruce wood plank in that little corner to create a square, a 2x2 square, and then surround it in upside down spruce wood stairs. Just like that, and then do this on all 4 corners. And then this just makes the build look a little bit nicer. It adds that extra kind of touch. I always like adding the pillars because, again, I really like the frames because the frames really make the build have something extra. Because especially, sorry, especially with something like this where it's all, sandstone, a little bit of brick on the corners really does justice. I know there's brick at the bottom, but that doesn't really create a lot, but, like, even without the roof yet, with that spruce color, because that spruce color does also add a lot. Sorry. But, yeah, spruce adds a lot, but I think that the brick corners also do really add a lot. Even though it's not a lot of color, it's more just a lot of, like, more detail and, yeah, I guess a little bit of color compared to all the sandstone-y, peach, whatever, tan, whatever you want to call it. And then what I would do is on the top row of sandstone along the walls, you do kind of have to split this up a little bit. Actually, you don't really have to because you can just go on the inside. You basically want to place a row of spruce wood planks. This is going to mark out, or this is just for support when we place the spruce wood stairs, especially in bedrock. Especially in bedrock, because bedrock has the issue where whenever you try and place upside down stairs, it says, no, not so fast. And it tries to place them right side up, which is annoying, and I don't know why they I don't know why they haven't fixed it yet, because, again, there's no reason that you'd be placing your upside down stairs, and all of a sudden you just want a couple of random normal-facing stairs in it. They need to find a way to, like, once you start placing something, it carries through with that. Including, like, right side up bone blocks, or pillar quartz blocks, or logs. That's another one that's kind of annoying to me. And then what you want to do is you do want to place your row of upside down spruce wood stairs around this row of spruce wood planks. Where you can, obviously. Because, the little brick pillars will get in your way. At least, kinda. Maybe still only on the corners. You could even wrap it around if you wanted. However, I wouldn't do that because then that would create a double layer of stairs on the pillars, and I don't think that looks very good. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That has nothing to do with that, but that's kind of the point. Alright, now, what you want to do is you want to basically... You can just want to fill this in with spruce wood planks. Now, what is special about this is you can come to the corner, and I would just stand in the corner. It's kind of hard because that stair's in the way. Get out of here, stair. And then you can see the corner that I'm at. I'm at negative 3062. That's, I typed it 3, whoops. 19100. That's actually nice. It said 100. And then, oops. And then go to the other corner and do the same. So I start at the front right now. I'm going to go to the back left. And it is negative, I'm just writing this down in a note sheet, negative 3005, 19132. And then you can do slash, if you're on Bedrock, I think you can do it on computer as well. You could use the weird axe thing. I don't remember what it's called, but slash fill negative 3062, 19100, and then negative 3005. Don't make sure you don't leave a space because that kind of screws it up. 19132 planks, and then 1. Just type 1, and that should give you spruce wood planks. Again, someone on my live stream told me about this. I always saw the data intercept thing or whatever it is, but I didn't really realize that was a data for the block that you can change, and it would give you different blocks. So, like, for example, if you needed to place a huge amount of, like, I don't know, yellow terracotta, it'd be white is 1, light gray is 2, gray is 3, black is 4, brown is 5, red is 6, orange is 7, yellow is 8. And you do terracotta 8. Slash for whatever your numbers are, terracotta 8. And, yeah. You learn something new every day. But yeah, thing else, Roger, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Kroger complete. Thing as Roger, if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know your thoughts on this build. I personally think it's okay. It's not my favorite, not my least favorite. You know, it could be better, it could be worse. I feel like that goes for pretty much all of my builds, though. Except for some of the old ones, which look terrible. But we don't talk about those. Old Walmart, or old library, or anything old, really. But yeah, have a fantastic day, night. I will see you on the next one. Peace.